A guy currently on pace to solidify top potential 10 ranking is Steph Curry. Now, we had a brief discussion about this on the last basketball pod, but we'll get more in depth on it. Do you think if Steph wins the championship this year, wins Finals MVP, he is now a top 10 player all time? I'm going to let you, Riv, go first because you have the Warriors jersey on. And, I probably already know what you're going to say, right? Yes. The answer is yes. It has to be yes.
Yeah, no, I don't have him in my top 10 right now. I do not have him in there.
Even with a championship and Finals MVP, though.
Oh, I just said right now, today.
Okay,
today I have him. He's a top 13 player in NBA history to me.
I'm with you.
But if he wins the Finals, has a historic Finals run, wins the Finals MVP, I got to throw him in my top 10. You're looking at a guy who has 4 championships, 1 Finals MVP, 2 league MVPs, 1 being unanimous, the 3-point record. He's broken every single 3-point record after he broke the first one. This is a guy that's changed the game, changed the league. Like, he's literally a pioneer, now officially one of the pioneers of the NBA because of the fact that he's altered the landscape of the NBA. He's changed the NBA. So for me, I think top 10 should probably be unanimous. I'm not going to go on a Kendrick Perkins rant. Let's say he's better than Magic after the Finals MVP. I ain't going to do no shit like that. That's insane. But I will say he definitely, I don't know who bumps out. There's a lot of guys, Hakeem, Shaq. I'm just throwing names. I'm not saying these are the guys, but Hakeem, Shaq, there's a lot of guys that that top 10 is just insane. It's tough who's going to bump out, but Steph got to get a spot. I think he's already over Kevin Durant, in my opinion. But Steph's got to get a spot in that top 10 if he wins Finals MVP and he wins another ring. That's 4 chips. He changed the game. He's changed the game probably bigger than 5 or 6 of the guys in the top 10. Mm-hmm. So for me, he got to get a spot in there. Probably like 10. He'll probably just jump right at a 10 or 9.
All right, so I did my top 10. And obviously we're not saying he's jumping into the top 7. I feel like once you get to like Larry Bird, it's very hard for Steph Curry to enter that type of conversation without multiple Finals MVPs, Finals obviously. But 9 and 10. It's a possibility that with
who is your 9 and 10?
I have Shaq and Kobe.
What?
11 Kareem. Hakeem. Hakeem.
Can you read your whole list?
Of
you
course,
might as well go 1 to 10.
So I have LeBron, I have Jordan, I have Kareem, I have Magic.
You have LeBron where?
Number 1. Come on, you're a Chicago guy. I understand you're going to give me some slack. That's fine. So I have Bron, I have Jordan, I have Kareem, I have Magic, I have Wilt, I have Russell, I have TD at 7, I have Larry Bird at 8, I have 9 Shaq, 10 Kobe, Hakeem 11, Steph Curry 12.
Kobe at 10.
I do.
I really hate that.
How high do you want me to have Kobe Bryant?
I want you to switch Kobe.
He's
and Wilt.
higher than Shaq.
I don't know if I can't do that personally.
I want you to switch Kobe and Wilt. I really do want you.
Always a weird conversation for me. Michael Jordan is arguably, to me, he's hands down. I used to play around with the LeBron because my dad's an old head and I like to mess with them. Michael Jordan's the greatest player to ever play the game. Let's just be honest.
It's 1A, 1B to me, but I understand.
What puts Shaq over Kobe though?
When Kobe and Shaq were together, Shaq was the best player.
Okay.
Because Shaq was in his prime.
So
watch this. Does that put KD over Curry for you?
No.
But KD was the best player when they played together.
That's a good one.
We see Curry's impact on the game. I'm taking that into account.
What about Shaq's impact?
For sure, which is why I have Shaq over Kobe.
Because I'm just struggling to understand this.
Kobe, and this is no discredit to Kobe Bryant, what he did. Obviously, we're talking top 10s. You're automatically amongst the best in the history of any sport. No way, no how.
Good, bro.
Michael Jordan set a standard that Kobe Bryant tried to follow. Shaquille O'Neal was a one-of-one type player that we've never seen in the NBA even since.
That's fair.
So, which is why I give him that respect.
But when
you ever seen a dominant big man
like Shaquille O'Neal?
Hey, don't do that.
Like Shaquille O'Neal?
Don't.
Yeah, I'm just saying though.
Like Shaq?
When you say, yeah, but we've seen big men dominate the game. They all, some of them did it in different ways, but he didn't do nothing that was like astronomical. He was a big man who came and he dominated in interior. Did Wilt not do that during his time? Did Hakeem not do that when he played?
Broke the rim.
Did Bill Russell not do that when he played?
He did, but we understand that it was a little different. And Shaq was
different, but it wasn't new.
To do
That's
it,
just like a guy coming in and scoring a bunch of points. It's gonna be impressive, but we're not like, he changed the game.
Do you think Shaq? Do you think Shaq changed the game? I don't think he changed the game in any way.
No, I wouldn't say that's all I'm saying. But he was a one-of-one type player.
Kobe's a one-of-one too.
I disagree.
He's the closest thing to Jordan.
Correct, which is why he's not one of one.
Why is Wilt over Kobe?
Because come on, man.
Wait, hold up. Before you go, it's just I have trouble putting Shaq over Kobe because for one, Kobe has more championships, 5-4. Finals MVPs, Shaq has 3 to Kobe's 2. All NBA first teams, Kobe has 3 more. All NBA teams, he has 1 more. 9 defensive teams to Shaq's 0, and 9 defensive first teams to Shaq's 0, and all defensive teams, Kobe has 12, Shaq has 3. So like, Kobe, I think clears Shaq.
Clear's a little strong for me.
And what
I ain't never seen Shaq carry no team either.
Yeah, what cleared Kobe is 2009, 2010, leading the Lakers to the finals, going back to back, beating the Magic and the big 3 Boston Celtics. That's what cleared him to me. He was able to win without. He was able to win without Shaq.
I don't have Shaq. I have Hakeem over Shaq. So
and if we're being honest, those Lakers teams, although they were well constructed, they were by no means a powerhouse above everybody else. Just a really good unit. But Kobe took them over the top.
What year are you talking about?
Talking about 2009.
Oh! I thought you were talking about the Shaq.
That's what I was thinking too.
I mean, and I'm talking about 2009, 2010. Yeah,
my fault.
Their big addition was getting Ron Artest in 2010. That was their big time addition.
2007, 6.
Like that's a great team, but that's not a super team.
Kobe Bryant, Dwayne Wade, Shaq. I love Shaq. Shaq brought me on stage at All-Star Weekend, helped me meet some of my favorite people ever. I love. That's Unc.
That's lit.
Man, Kobe Bryant is different. I'm always, this conversation is always crazy, right? Because Kobe is the closest to Jordan, who's the number 1 or number 2, but yet he's 9. How can you be the closest to the greatest and be so far at the same time? That makes no sense.
I think Kobe's top 6, 7 easily. I
think wherever Tim Duncan is, you have to have Kobe. Honestly,
do you have Larry Bird over Tim Duncan?
I do have.
Okay,
no, I have Tim Duncan over Larry Bird.
So. That I have Tim Duncan over Larry Bird as well. I have Tim Duncan at 7.
I feel like because Tim Duncan and Kobe are aligned.
But you disrespect Wilt and Bill Russell.
I don't. Bill's in my 10 and Wilt's in my 12. That doesn't mean he's disrespectful.
That's nuts.
That's where he is.
That's crazy.
I was like nuts.
Back to the question at hand. I don't think Steph Curry becomes a top 10 player all time.
I agree.
Even if he wins a championship and wins a Finals MVP.
I agree.
You look at Hakeem. I think Hakeem still has a better resume. Hakeem, 2-time champion, 2 times Finals MVPs. Some of the weaker rosters that he led to the championship. He has 2 first teams over Steph. Steph could very well get that though, and 4 more All NBA teams. And I mean, it's just Hakeem, the 2-way dominance, 9 defensive teams. Curry not having any defensive teams, I think, is what hurts him in these types of arguments because he has nothing to his name in that regard. Then I still wouldn't put Curry over Shaq. I still put Shaq over Curry and Kobe over Curry.
I essentially said the exact same thing in my argument.
I'm not putting Curry over Kobe. That's not what I'm doing. But I think the Shaq and Kobe, you can make Shaq and Hakeem, you can make the argument that those would be the 2 guys that they put over because of the fact that Steph Curry kind of changed the landscape of the league. And like you said, he has more rings than both. Well, he has more rings than Hakeem. So he doesn't have more Finals MVPs, but he has the unanimous. So it's a lot of things Steph Curry has done that's kind of like first and everything, or like changed or like elevated the league. So you got to kind of put that that's why people look at AI so differently, because not only was he a great player, he kind of changed the game. You know, he saved the league in a sense. So that's why people look at him in kind of like a different light. That's kind of how you got to look at Steph Curry too.
If this was a list off of most impactful players, Curry's top 5. He's probably top 3 most impactful players in NBA history. But in terms of the top 10, just resume wise, I don't think he's there yet.
No, he's not going top 5.
I don't know he's top 5. I don't know if he's top 5. Most impactful? Most impactful? No.
Top 5 most impactful.
I don't know.
The 3-point revolution started with him.
No, I agree. And I 100%
Do you have your
he's
hater
on that team.
Curry
No,
hat?
absolutely not. But
MJ?
you have to throw Magic, Larry Bird, MJ, LeBron.
Wait. Time out.
How did Larry Bird change the game over Curry?
Thank you.
Magic and Larry saved the NBA.
They saved the NBA because it gave them something to root for. Like they gave them a storyline.
I don't love LeBron. He's the second greatest player to me. How did he change the game over Steph Curry?
Impactful doesn't just mean just how you
impactful
change
to the game of basketball in terms of changing the game. Yeah,
not the most fan.
You transcended basketball into a different direction.
I'm still on Larry Bird.
Stop. Magic and Larry
changed the shit way more than Larry Bird.
What did Larry Bird change though?
Player.
I might throw AI in
player
there
freedom also.
Bird.
Magic and Larry
for sure.
by themselves saved the NBA.
Man, I'm not trying to hear nothing.
But you're talking about more about publicity and not like.
But that's
actual,
really the whole thing. Without Larry and without Magic, there's no NBA today. Maybe
Bill Russell in them in there too. Then
I don't fine.
But no,
but that's not impactful. Magic
he was a player coach.
Magic and Bird saved the NBA, and MJ took it to a whole different level. And
That's what I'm about to say. I'm about to say you can miss me with the save the shit because if you'd have waited a couple of years,
I'm with
Jordan
you. Listen, I don't.
Wait, hold on,
disagree
let me ask
because
you. You think Larry Bird has revolutionized the game more than Dirk Nowitzki?
Yes.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
How?
Dirk is one of the first ever
Big
great
men,
overseas
correct.
players. Before Dirk, we didn't see 7-footer shooting jumpers. He changed that, and now
You
we're
mean
at his,
3-point jumpers? Because Hakeem was shooting mid range. I mean, come on.
You know what I'm talking about.
He brought a more variety of. He brought a more view to European.
I'm not disagreeing.
Now we don't even.
Drew.
Now we
Drew
don't.
said you mean 3-point.
Because come on, we're talking about big men. It's not like they had no.
I mean, turnaround fadeaway, backing up, turnaround fadeaway.
Hakeem didn't do that.
Hakeem did it. Hakeem, wait, hold
Of
on.
course
Hakeem
not.
did turnaround fadeaways like Dirk.
No, like no one did it like Dirk. No one.
Dirk revolutionized the game.
I understand what you're saying. Yes.
Dirk brought a different view to European basketball.
Yeah, of course.
That's European.
Of course.
That's
Larry
I'm
Bird
still stuck
and
on Larry
come on,
Bird,
man.
man.
Y'all are dragging it. Larry and Magic saved the
I don't
NBA.
think they
It's
top
that
five.
simple.
Just because you
Top
saved
five,
the
that's all.
NBA, you saved it from a
Come
rating
on.
standpoint.
Come on, bro.
But they
Without
didn't
them-
revolutionize the game of basketball.
Without
Magic
them, the league would have
Johnson,
died.
Magic Johnson.
Michael Jordan was right there.
But
Right,
without-
he was coming
He
right
was
back.
right there.
That's a clean 8 years without him. 8
They would've
years.
did okay.
No,
They would have did okay.
Wait,
they were
wait,
talking
wait.
about the league being done that season.
Look, I'm not
Michael
disagreeing
Jordan
with
was
you.
right there.
It's just
It wasn't right there.
Rev, hold
8
up.
years is a long time.
I'm not disagreeing with you. It's just that doesn't talk about changing the game. You just mean, like, for example, you look at I'm lost my train of thought.
That's all right.
now.
That's
I
all
lost my
right.
train of
That's all
thought.
right.
I'm just saying, like, from a publicity standpoint, they saved the game because they brought the NBA a storyline to somebody to root for, to root against. Magic Bird, it was a heated rivalry. That does not mean they changed it. Magic changed it
Another
more.
thing is also it was very big dominant in the sense of you had Kareem, you had Wilt, you had Bill Russell. The three best at the time were all big men. Magic
Wilt
and
did-
Bird comes.
What wasn't in the 80s?
No, I'm not saying the 80s. I'm
Oh,
saying
I thought you were
prior
talking
to
about
them.
when Bird-
No,
okay,
I'm saying
okay,
prior
okay.
to them. It was a big dominant league, and then you had Magic and Larry come in, and they're the two main focuses of their team, and they're not big men.
First of all, MJ changed that narrative.
And
It was
you know,
not them.
I'm not and that's where that's an issue with me because I don't disagree with what you're saying. Yes, guard play with Michael and the way that people viewed the league outside of the United States. That's all because of Michael Jordan, without a doubt. But we can't gloss over the fact that Larry and Magic did it first.
Okay, but this is the thing. You're grouping Magic and Larry that like they're together. Magic,
because that's the only thing you should do.
No,
So
it's
they're
not.
together? Okay.
No, hell
Magic is different because Magic transcended how you play the point guard position, where teams now started looking for bigger guards.
Absolutely.
And now we see guards that are 6'5" plus, and people are looking for that type of
Was there
prototype.
anyone like Larry Bird in that era?
Hold up, let me
Was there
finish.
anyone like
let me
Larry?
finish because you're not listening.
I am listening.
LeBron James modeled his game after Magic Johnson. There's no LeBron without Magic Johnson. He helped LeBron transcend his game. How many people say, "Oh yeah, I modeled my game after Larry Bird"? Who says that? Who says that? People model their game after Steph. Big man now model their game after Dirk. Larry Bird.
Hey, the truth hurts.
Larry
It's
Bird
not
and
the
Magic
truth.
Johnson
It really
helped
isn't.
save the league. But that does not.
Hold up, Joe. If it ain't true, answer his question. Answer his question.
And also, Steph Curry, he didn't save the NBA from a rating standpoint, but that he still changed the game more than Larry Bird. Kids now shoot deep threes because of Curry.
For sure.
They're not imitating Larry Bird. Kids imitate Allen Iverson more than Larry Bird. Allen Iverson changed the game and brought the street ball aesthetic to the NBA. He changed it. He changed the way people play basketball more so than Larry Bird. That's changing the game, not from a rating standpoint.
Mic drop.
It's all right, man. Agree to disagree. Could be here all day.
Yeah, and I mean, come on, Dirk. Like, he started the overseas revolution.
I was
Sure.
Before
throw Dirk in that conversation. as well. I'm with you.
everybody thought that European players were going to be bad. Dirk changed that narrative.
Was it Dirk?
It was Dirk
Tony
who changed-
Kukoc came in. He was really
Tony
good
Kukoc
too.
is not Dirk.
I'm not. No way.
This man
No
said
way.
Tony Kukoc.
But we're talking about players from overseas coming in.
You could say Tony Kukoc
where Michael
underperformed.
and Pippen both looked at him and judged him off face value.
Dirk can play with a Michael or Pippen.
No doubt. I'm not saying you're wrong.
Tony Kukoc was a one-time
All-Star. You don't build no
All-Star.
organization around Tony Kukoc.
No, but you remember Tony Kukoc.
Not. I don't. I remember because he's a part of the team.
Exactly.
I can't tell you.
Exactly.
Tell me a stat. What's Tony Kukoc?
I can give you some moments. Where Scottie Pippen's sitting on the bench.
Give me his best stat line.
Give us a moment from the documentary.
What?
Don't give us a moment from the last. But that's what you're doing right now.
Forget about the last. That's history.
Yeah, but come on.
That's history.
That's if you didn't, the documentary didn't come out, The Last Dance, you wouldn't have known.
What are you talking
about?
Tony
Kukoc did. You wouldn't have.
Why is that the case? I'm a historian of the game.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like, for example,
what was Tony Kukoc's best year in the league?
You don't know.
Probably that year that Jordan was gone.
That's called an educated guess.
I am. No, for
that
sure.
was a good guess. He averaged 18 points, bro.
But it's a bunch of other guys. It's a bunch of names that I can bring up, and I think
Tony Kukoc's best year was with the Atlanta Hawks, where he averaged 19.7 points per game for a Hawks team that went 25-57.
He was the number 2 option on that Bulls team
but with Dirk came and it changed the narrative around overseas players.
I'm not arguing
we wouldn't have Giannis. We wouldn't have Jokic if it wasn't for Dirk.
I'm not arguing.
We talk about changing the game. AI got to be in the top.
Hey, shout out to Tony Kukoc too. I don't want to take nothing out of context. I'm just saying.
I agree.
And Jordan changed it in the fact that
listen, Dirk and Kukoc are on different levels. But I'm just saying Kukoc was one of those guys that came in.
Kukoc is a bad example too. I would have went with like Sabonis.
Yeah, I'm with you. Fair enough.
AI got to be in that.
Sabonis has to be there as well.
Yeah. Also, just like with Jordan point, like before him, teams weren't building their teams around a guard. He changed that. Like you could win a championship with a guard. Yep, Drazen and Petrovic too. That's a great name.
Hakeem over Jordan's not obviously Jordan's the best ever. Of course,
of
course.
They were picking bigs over.
Hakeem was
Jordan's
great.
the what, Drew?
He's amazing. He's amazing.
The best ever. You said he was the best ever.
You could argue he's the best ever. You know.
Hey, no, but if Steph wins this, he's top 10 for sure.
You're putting him over. You're putting him over Shaq. You're putting him over.
I'm gonna put him over him, but one of them old guys got to go. No disrespect.
So Bill Russell,
sit your ass down, some shit like that.
Man.
I'm not moving Bill because he got 11 of them bad boys. I can't.
Yes, he got 11. But when you look at Wilt's resume, the scoring and all of that shit, it's like, But when you look at the other shit, for him to have been as dominant, he wasn't winning really. He wasn't winning like I would have thought.
He's Finals MVP.
He's going against one of the best teams in the history of the game.
He also had a reputation for not being a good teammate.
That's true. Yeah. That's very true.
Yeah,
and not being a winner.
Getting his numbers.
He got 7 All NBA first teams.
No,
2 All Defensive first teams.
What Steph got? 8?
Steph first team.
That's supposed to be Steph knock. Is that he got like when you go to the top of the tops, he got like 8 All-Star appearances.
It's because he ascended late.
He started slow.
Yes,
he started slow.
He makes up for it though because he changed the fucking
if
game.
Steph wins this Finals MVP, they tied. I mean, he got more rings than Wilt. So
yeah.
He changed the game. They all heads say that about Kareem. Oh, they took away the dunk. Steph Curry changed the game on that level in our like. Come on, man. This is a time where you couldn't even imagine the game changing. Like guys used to take mid-range shots, man. Down screens. Richard Hamilton used to curl in the paint, like in the mid. Like what? Come on, man. Drummond shoot threes.
Also, this is a hot take. I think Charles Barkley changed the game more than Larry Bird. Yeah. The reason why we have the 5 seconds back to the basket rule is because of Charles Barkley. There's a rule made after Charles Barkley.
That's a fact.
Yeah, when they make rules about you, that's
a sneaky
impactful.
You gotta post that one. See the feedback you get on that one.
So what we have, Dirk for sure changed the game over Larry Bird, overseas basketball.
Can you guys stop
Allen
talking?
Iverson,
Y'all are talking crazy. I don't know.
He changed the game over Larry Bird for sure.
I'd say LeBron for sure.
Magic Johnson.
Yeah,
I don't understand why you keep player movement.
So top
that's
5.
not a huge thing.
Off the top of your head, top 5 players to change the game. I would go number 1 is
Michael Jordan.
Don't do it no more. Just put 5.
Yeah, just 5. Just
Michael
5.
Jordan
No
has
order.
to be number
Michael
1.
Jordan, Steph Curry,
Dirk
Nowitzki,
Dirk.
Shaq is 1, 2.
LeBron James.
2. LeBron.
That's 6.
Magic Johnson has to be in there.
Yeah, Magic. There's a lot of players.
So for me, it would be probably Steph, MJ, AI, Dirk. And I'll probably go LeBron.
He has to be.
I'll probably go LeBron. Those would be the 5 for me.
That's a pretty good list.
Because AI brought the swagger, the gangster movement.
Facts.
Like he
that's
the reason why DeMar DeRozan could do all that stuff in the games. Like that's all AI, man.